I built another mansion. I can't stop. I don't know what's wrong with me. This is a long one though, so let's hop right into the speed build. You can see we're building on a 40 by 40 lot in Brindleton Bay. This is where the Delgado family usually lives, except I bulldozed their house and we're building a new one. I like this lot. It's kind of fancy. It's got a wonderful view. It's big, but not too big. Like it's a good size and a good space for this. And I wanted to build something kind of special. So for context, I had seen on Twitter a build that Kate Emerald had done. Kate Emerald is a very, very talented Sims builder. I'll link the speed build that I'm referring to down below because then you can get some context. But she is perhaps the most talented Sims builder ever. Like, it's unbelievable. It's not fair, frankly, but she's very talented. And I saw this build she had done and I was like, that is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I just kept staring at it. And then I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going live right now on Twitch and I'm gonna build too because I can build cool things too. And so I did. I went live and I started building a house. So you can see I'm kind of messing around a little bit with foundations. I was trying to have a foundation that's like in the front of the regular house that's a little bit lower down to kind of have this like tiered look of the landscaping. The same thing goes in the backyard. We kind of have this like tiered look for our backyard and pool area and stuff. So you'll see us working on that kind of now as we're going along here, but it was a lot of fiddling with terrain tools and manipulation there, trying to get it to work and then trying to hide the terrain because it all looks and is flat and is perfect, but then the side of the house has like a little bit of terrain showing. So the way that I did this, and I apologize because I know it was fast, is I put a foundation where I wanted one tile off from the regular foundation in the front of the house, and then I used terrain tools to raise up the terrain in that empty spot so that it was all flat. It was actually very easy to do. I can show you more once we actually get into the build a tour at the end, but it was very simple. All you gotta do is just put your foundation one in front, make it a little bit lower, and then again raise the terrain in that empty hole, because you can't have two foundations of different heights touching. It's like, oh, conflicting block clusters, and it fights you about it. And it's a little bit fiddly and finicky because it doesn't really want to work. Like when you try and put, I don't know, things like fences down and walls, it really does not want to be there because the block clusters are conflicting. So it's a little annoying to work with because of that. And of course you can see, I don't know if you can tell always, but on the sides of the house, kind of where the terrain meets the foundation, you can't flatten it because it has to like slope down. So there's like a weird like terrain bit coming out that I couldn't flatten, so we had to hide it with bushes. So again, kind of finicky here with these builds, but we made it work. This is kind of a Cape Cod style mansion that I was building. This is like one of my favorite styles of houses. I really enjoyed trying to make this house. I think it ended up looking pretty cool. It just was a bit of a nightmare trying to get it all sorted. It's also got quite a few bedrooms. Actually, it might only be 3 bedrooms. I don't remember. I think the upstairs is a lot smaller than you think. This house isn't actually that big. It's supposed to be a mansion, and it's a very expensive, very fancy lot, but it isn't actually that big. It's also blue. I was having a very good day last weekend on Saturday. Like I said, I got really excited about Sims builds, and I was like, I want to build something. And I went live on Twitch and streamed for like 5 hours working on this house. But I was very excited because we got some good news in the US here about Joe Biden. So I was like, I'm gonna build a blue house. And that's what this was. It was my blue Suburban in honor of that day and the election results. So that's what I built on Saturday. This is my way of celebrating, I guess. But anyway, I had a lot of fun trying to figure out how to do landscaping because I was trying to have this like really fancy, like multi-tiered landscaping, you know? And so doing the backyard in the front was really exciting because I don't really often build houses that are this fancy. So it's kind of fun trying to figure out how to make a really grand entrance and stuff like that. And also, this was me just very excited for platforms, but pre-platforms. Because I built this on Saturday and the platforms came out in the update on Tuesday. So we were like, we want platforms so bad. How can we pretend that we have platforms? With really annoying terrain tools. That's how. And so I did just that. And like I said, I think it turned out pretty good. It just is so annoying trying to like deal with all the conflicting block clusters and stuff, which the platforms don't even solve. You can't put platforms next to a foundation either. But like the conflicting block cluster issue is so annoying. I really wish that we could like actually put rooms of a different foundation height next to each other. Like, life would be so much better if you could. I don't really expect to ever be able to do that, but if you could actually put different foundation heights next to each other, like, we'd be in business. Then I could do whatever I wanted. I really enjoy building in The Sims 4 for like the ease of it, because you had a lot of power to do really interesting split level things in The Sims 3 with cheats and stuff, but to do all of that, like to do this kind of thing with the split leveling, this isn't too complicated, but you could make like really cool split leveled houses in The Sims 3, but it was so annoying. Like, if you think this is annoying, Try going back to the Sims 3 days. Like, I just never used like constrained floor elevation or any of those cheats because it was so annoying and difficult to work with. The Sims 4 makes this stuff very easy. The Sims 4 is very easy to work with. It makes like all of these tools very accessible for like the average player. Whereas like in the Sims 3, you know, the average person wasn't going to be manipulating terrain heights or really messing around with like platforms and split leveling and stuff because it just wasn't simple, you know. But this, like the platforms and the foundations and being able to change and adjust things, it's so simple in The Sims 4. Like, it really is so much better. In The Sims 3, you couldn't even add a foundation if you already built the house. Like, in The Sims 4, we're so used to just being like, all right, well, raise the house up as high as you want, and you could do it like whenever, you could lower it back down. In The Sims 3, you had to put the foundation down because you couldn't like go back and add one retroactively. If your house was built and there was no foundation, I'm sorry, your house has no foundation. You can't go back and add it. But in The Sims 4, you can so easily just be like, all right, pop that thing up a little bit. There we go, we got a foundation. So like The Sims 4 is so much easier to build in. And I think it looks better. Like The Sims 4 has a lot of perks. It's obviously missing a lot of things, but as far as build mode goes, like they really made this game a lot more user friendly. So many more people learned how to build and like enjoy building and stuff that never would have really liked this in The Sims 3. Granted, The Sims 3 came out in 2009 and like it was, you know, give her a break. It's not her fault. You know, it's a rough time back then. Just when you try and like flip back and forth, there's so many little like quality of life things. Like you couldn't search for items. The catalog was so annoying and confusing to get through. Like The Sims 4 is just so much better when it comes to that kind of thing. They really did that. Build mode is so good. Like I basically use The Sims as exclusively a build simulator. Like this is all that I do is build houses. I mean, you know this. You're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Where I only build houses, but like that's what I use The Sims for. And I didn't do that in The Sims 3. I used to build sometimes in The Sims 3, but certainly not nearly as often. And I never wanted to build mansions in The Sims 3. Like you wouldn't have caught me building something like this. Like that just wasn't gonna happen. It was not fun. Now we're getting to the part where I'm trying to place windows on the house, and I was really struggling because I kind of decided that I should have made the house smaller when I went to do the windows, and I was like, oh no, I can't fit this how I want to. So I really struggled with windows and front door placement, but I ended up getting there in the end. I kind of wanted them to have shutters, but then it looked too busy, so I was going back and forth between what windows to use. This is always how it goes, right? Is you're like on a roll, and then you catch something like this, and you're like, oh no, it doesn't fit. And so in my head, I was like, okay, I need to redo the entire house to make it smaller so the windows will fit. I didn't end up actually doing that, but I really did consider changing the entire house to be smaller so the windows would fit. But like I said, I got past it. We worked through it. I found windows that did fit. And speaking of which, the door and window update is such a life-changing thing. Oh my god. Like, I can't believe that we used to play The Sims without this. Like, now that we can place windows wherever, can you believe that we used to, like, not have that? Like, we used to have to build our houses based around what windows we wanted to use. I would build my house based on, like, how big the door needed to be. And now I can just put whatever I want. Life is so much better now. They've had so many massive build updates recently. Like, it is a completely different game all of a sudden. Like, with the customization options for build mode, we already had a ton, but now with platforms and the door and window update, like, you can literally do anything in build mode. Just fair warning, I definitely cut out a lot of parts of this house, and I don't really know what parts I did cut out, but it took me like 5-6 hours to build this on stream, and I had like 3 hours of footage, which is not a good sign. I know that means I didn't record a lot of it, and then I cut more of it out so the video wouldn't be too long, because when I speed it up and it's like 40 minutes, no one's gonna watch a 40-minute speed build. I don't know how to talk through a 40-minute speed build. I mean, I'm good at talking. I can talk. Like, let me tell you, I can sit here and I can talk, but I don't know if I could talk for a 40-minute speed build. Like, what are you gonna say in that? I don't know. So I try to keep them more along the lines of like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. The actual speed build part of this video is 20 minutes, and then we'll do a tour at the end to kind of show you what you missed. I always do that because I feel like, you know, I might want to cut out some of the landscaping, because when you're landscaping a massive house like this, a lot of it is the same. Like, you might show the front, but then cut out the back, because the back is the same, but just like slightly different. And so like, what's the point in keeping it? Because it's all the same. So I cut out a lot of stuff like that. Sometimes the floor plan, I'll go back and forth and like change the floor plan so much that there's like suddenly 15 minutes of the video is just me trying to figure out a floor plan, and that's 15 minutes sped up, not even 15 real minutes. So like, you know, that's not worth keeping in, because there's no point. It's just me struggling for 15 minutes. You might as well put in like actually good, useful footage. And I never know if you guys are more interested in like the outside part or the furnishing. So let me know in the comments if I had to cut out something. I'm not gonna cut out all of it. I cut out like the bathrooms a lot, because who cares about the bathrooms? Sometimes random rooms like hallways and things that don't really really matter, I'll cut out just to make it like a little bit shorter so it isn't a ridiculously long video. But I always leave in like the bathroom, but I always leave in like the bedrooms and the living room and the kitchen and like the actually like good stuff. The more interesting stuff. The hallways, like who cares about the stair landing? The stair landing is boring. Like no one cares about that. I don't care about that. Surely you don't either, but let me know in the comments. What would you prefer? If I were to cut out any part of a build, what do you think I should cut out? I guess is the better question. Like if I say I had the entire footage, what should I just not bother including in the speed build? Bathrooms, stuff like what do you think? Let me know. I've been doing this for years, but I still like maybe there's a better method. I don't know. But anyway, the patio turned out really cool. I really enjoyed the furnishing of the patio and like trying to figure out how to get all this like extra stuff in because we have so much space in the patio, so we could have like a fire pit and an outdoor kitchen and a pool and all these lounge chairs. Anyway, we're on to the bedrooms now. I'm starting actually with the kids' bedroom upstairs. In my head, I was like, okay, how can I make the furnishing easier for myself? Because I'm not a huge fan of furnishing Sims houses. Like I really enjoy the exterior. I think it's the best part for me. Like my favorite part is figuring out the exterior of a Sims house. And then I get to the interior and I'm like, I don't care. Just put a kid's room. Like I don't really care about that too much. And so in my head, I was like, let's do all the easy stuff and like the boring stuff first. The hallways, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, like all of that. Get it over with. And then when I look at the house as a whole, it'll look more finished and then I'll feel better. And then I'll have the fun parts left to do. And so I tried to like knock out all of the bedrooms. There's one bigger kid's bedroom that has 2 beds in it, and then there's like a teenager's room. So there are only 3 bedrooms upstairs, but there's an office downstairs. So it could be 4 bedrooms if you wanted it to be. Maybe like the grandma could live downstairs or something if you wanted. But I have the 2 kids' rooms upstairs, so space for 3 kids technically to sleep if you wanted them to. And they've got one of those like Jack and Jill bathrooms in between them, which what that means is the bathroom has a door into each bedroom. So it's like an ensuite for both of them, and there's a door you can like walk through the bathroom into the bedrooms. I see this a lot in houses. A lot of like universities have this too. I've never had a house with a Jack and Jill bathroom. People always get confused by that phrasing, but that's what the bathroom is. You can kind of see it there. It just has the 2 doors. I think that would be annoying. I can just totally picture if I had to share that with my sister, and if we both had a door, like my sister would absolutely always lock me out of that bathroom. Like not even on purpose most of the time, but like 100% Shanna would lock me out of that bathroom. I know like a lot of the dorms at my university had that, so there would be like a bedroom, and then a bathroom between them, and then you'd have like 2 girls in a bedroom, 2 girls in a bedroom, and they would all 4 share the bathroom. And like I used to know people that would get locked out of their bathroom all the time by their suite mates because the other side would like go to the bathroom, lock both doors, and then forget to unlock the other door and then just go back into their room, and then they would get trapped, locked out of their own bathroom. And you can't like go through the bedroom or anything because you're like locked out of their actual bedroom, so you just couldn't get into your bathroom. You have to like call the RA or something to come unlock it. Like what a nightmare. What a nightmare that would be. I don't know. Especially when it's like kind of strangers, because you don't really know the people that live in the other room. You might be friends with them a little bit and like see them sometimes, but you don't really know them. And I would hate that so much. I would hate that so much. It's different in a house like this because if your sister locked you out of the bathroom, you could just go into your sister's room and like unlock the door. But you can't like go into somebody else's dorm room and unlock the door. It doesn't work like that. Anyway, it's not that deep. I don't know why I'm talking about bathrooms so much in this house. This is the teen's room. The teenager actually has their own balcony, which is so cool and like so lucky. Imagine. I would have loved this when I was younger. I would have felt so cool having a balcony like that. Both of these rooms are really nice. Like the massive kids' bedroom, the balcony. The parents' room is actually kind of smaller than the kids' bedroom, I think, but the kids share a room, so it's not as bad. And it's still a pretty big room. Parents have a nice bed. They've got an ensuite bathroom, a little sitting area. You know, all the bases are covered. You know the drill. While Past Simsie is furnishing this, though, I want to tell you a story. So earlier this week, I got verified on Instagram, right? Don't know why. But do you want to know how I found out? I went on Twitter. I don't go on Twitter very often because it gives me anxiety. So I don't have the app on my phone anymore or anything. So if I miss your tweets, it's not you, it's me. I don't have the app. So I don't frequent that place all that much. But I was on Twitter. I was like checking my notifications, reading my mentions, and somebody was like, "Congrats on getting verified on Instagram, Kayla." And I was like, "Psh, liar. Why would you lie, you lying liar?" And so I went and I checked to be like, wow, you're a liar. And then I went to my Instagram page and they weren't lying. I was verified on Instagram, but I found out because somebody tweeted it to me and I like didn't believe it. I didn't like accuse them of lying. I just thought it in my head, but I was like, psh, no, I'm not verified, you liar. then I went and I got verified on Instagram for some reason. I never post on Instagram. I've posted more the past like 2 weeks than I have all year. Literally, I think I've posted like 6 Instagram posts all year. To be fair though, I don't get out much, and I especially don't get out much this year. So I'm just thinking, like, I posted when I graduated, I posted on my boyfriend's birthday, I posted on my birthday, I posted when I got 1 million subs, which is very recent, posted about voting on election day, and then I posted when I got verified. But like, keep in mind, those last 3 are like the past week, you know? I still have my 1 million subs balloons up. Like, this is very recent. I never post on Instagram. I'll take the check mark though. I feel very powerful with that thing. I'm like kind of nervous now, you know? It like puts a level of pressure on me. If I ever wanted to like a celebrity's post, they might see my name. Does Harry Styles post on Instagram? I don't really go on Instagram either. I'm only active on like YouTube and Twitch. Those are my social medias of choice. Why am I checking Instagram during my YouTube video too? Hang on. Harry Styles. I don't even follow him. Oh, he posted 5 hours ago. Maybe he does post on Instagram. Oh, I think I just got lucky. I'm gonna like Harry Styles' post. Maybe he'll get notified. No, he won't. That's kind of funny though. Anyway, this house. So the downstairs floor plan, sorry, focus, Kayla. There is like a formal living room in the back. There's a formal dining room. There's like a breakfast nook. You've got the TV room that you walk into. There's an office. I think there's 2 bathrooms. There's even a laundry room. Like, I really covered all the bases here. And I like how there's these massive arches between it, because it isn't an open floor plan, but it does have these big arches, which make it feel more open. Because I wanted it to be a little bit like closed off. It's supposed to be an older house, so it makes sense in my mind that they would have like a more closed off floor plan. I don't know. I'm not very good at making like true open floor plans in The Sims. I find it very hard to furnish them and make them like look nice. I like furnishing individual rooms. It's easier to like make everything blend better, because I don't know how to like match the rugs when they're all in the same room. Like, it's too much. I much prefer, you know, closed off floor plans. And they aren't really that closed off though. They're just big arches into them. It's not like you've got like a tiny door into the kitchen and it's actually a fully separate room or something. Could be a lot worse. That's all I'm saying, okay? It could be a lot worse. I feel like in my mind, a true open floor plan is like literally just one big room. Kind of like what my downstairs is like, but I live in a very small place. So it's all just one room because there's not space for other rooms, you know? So mine is an open floor plan. Like the kitchen and dining and living is all in one room because there is only one room. You know? But like, this house is so massive, I feel like it's worthwhile to have like a formal dining room and stuff like that, because there's space. And then it kind of separates the floor plan into like usable areas. If it was just one big open space, like how would you even decorate that? I don't know. I mean, granted, this massive house wouldn't be just one big open space. It could definitely be a little bit more open though. Like the kitchen being that closed off from the living space isn't ideal. I feel like in a lot of houses these days, like you really want the kitchen to be in the living room, like to be open to each other, you know? Like to have like one big family space with like all your living areas together, but this house doesn't have that. I say these days, I don't know. I watch a lot of home renovation shows. I'm just going off of what they do. Whatever Chip and Joanna Gaines does goes. That's just how it works. Like that, I don't make the rules. I wanted to point out one more thing, kind of going back to the verified thing. I'm getting kind of close to 300,000 followers on Twitch, which is weird. Don't know, how many do I have? I'll check. This speed builds are just me talking about whatever I want and then just going with it. I currently have, it's not loading. Come on. 291,857 Twitch followers. Now, I don't stream on Sundays. Sundays are for speed builds and speed builds only, but I do stream every day except for Sundays. So if you want to come by, I play The Sims mostly. I do a ton of building. Like, for example, I built this on stream, and it was really helpful, it always is, to have like the chat there when I'm building houses like this, because I absolutely go off of chat recommendations a lot. So if you want to come by, it's kind of fun to watch builds like this come together live. You can also watch this VOD back, the video on demand, the past live stream. I'll post it on my second channel, More Simsie. I re-upload all of my live streams there so you can watch them back. I'm like a couple streams delayed though, so I don't know if this one will be up yet when I post this video. But you can watch it back on Twitch. So maybe I'll link the Twitch VOD. If you watch it back on Twitch, you can see the chat. On YouTube, there is no live chat, obviously, still there, but you can always watch my streams back on YouTube. If you ever want to have like a 3-4 hour long Lil Simsie video to just put on. I know a lot of people like just leave it on in the background. I know I am very prone to doing stuff like that. I mostly watch streams that are actually live, but I really like to have a stream on in the background when I'm doing things like maybe cleaning the house. I don't know, like just scheduling like videos and stuff like that. I like to have a stream on as background noise. It makes you feel less alone to have streams open. You know what I mean? Just somebody like there in your ear talking, especially when it's live, because you're like actually not alone. They're actually there live with you then. Anyway, this is the lot that I replaced, by the way. Wait until you see this. Oh, it's New Year's Eve. Anyway, this is the lot that, of course it's snowing. It's so unhelpful. This is the lot. Look at the attic. I forgot they just had a full-on empty attic. This house is massive. I really should try and renovate it. Okay, well, let's bulldoze this thing. Blue mansion. Is that really what I called it? 217,000. Insufficient. Okay. We are past suburban, okay? We're mansions now. The blue suburban is dead. Oh, it looks cute in the snow. Oh, okay. Well, the vibes aren't the same. But you know what the outside looks like. It looks cute in the snow. Anyway, I was gonna show you how I did the terrain, but that's gonna be hard with snow, isn't it? Anyway, so do you see how this foundation piece, this like rounded piece, isn't actually touching the foundation? It's technically one off from the foundation. I put a few things to try and cover the ground here, but you can see how there's like terrain. What I've done is raise the terrain up to the same height as the foundation, just in this one empty hole. So the hole is the same height, the actual terrain there is, but you can't like flatten this down, unfortunately. This part stays. So I tried to cover it by putting bushes and random things so that hopefully you couldn't tell that it was all messed up. But same thing on the other side. Just tried to cover the random terrain bits. And then you have that again back here. Another empty spot, another one over here. This is the only part that's actually foundation. It's all kind of weird, but it works. And then actually inside of the house, you walk into the living room, you have a nice big TV, you've got a piano, they have this amazing office with a dog bed and a bathroom. This could become like a granny's room or something if you wanted to, but for now it's an office. Office/library, to be honest. Formal dining room over here. We've got a formal living room, which is basically just an empty room. I didn't know what to put here, but it's like a pass-through, you know? And I wanted the dining room to be the room that had the big windows. So I made this the dining room, but I feel like this room probably should have been the dining room. But I was very insistent on these windows being in the dining room. Another hallway, we've got the laundry room down here, little breakfast nook, and then a kitchen. I put the dishwasher all the way over here, which in real life would be exceptionally annoying. Like unloading the dishes would be so annoying. Have to like walk back and forth because your dishes are definitely over in these cabinets. Like you know they are. But it's The Sims, so you can wash your dishes there. Got some pet bowls. And then upstairs, there's like a little game room. This is like a games table. Your Sims can play cards and stuff on it. Parents' bedroom with parents' bathroom. Here's one of the kids' rooms. I liked the color scheme here with the blue. I think it's pretty nice. And like the little study nook desk area. Jack and Jill bathroom we got over here into the other kids' room. These two have to share a room, but it's a massive room, so they're okay. And I gave them an iPad. I'm just picturing like a couple 7-year-olds with an iPad. Like you know they have an iPad. You know they do. These spoiled kids definitely have an iPad. They'd probably have 2 iPads, to be honest. They wouldn't have to share. I thought about putting back here in the backyard, I thought about having like a hot tub area here, but I couldn't get it to fit. So we put a dining table underneath like a little gazebo thing. There's a big outdoor kitchen area with a bar. You've got the pool. There's a garden down on the side. Off the kitchen, there's like a little patio again. There's just so much space in this house. If I make it happy summer, sunny and hot, please. Melt the snow. I want to see my house with no snow. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, the trees are still a little bit frosty, but oh, never mind, they're back. So the house actually looks like. So the backyard is much more pleasant when it's actually sunny out and stuff, you can see. But I think it turned out really cute. I loved the outdoor kitchen area. I was pretty impressed with that. And I like this little side garden too. I like the idea of having like a spot for your Sims to plant things. Maybe grandma likes to plant things. I don't know where grandma is. She doesn't have a room, but she likes to plant things. Anyway, that is the house. As you can see, it's very big. Big lot. Takes up the entire lot, actually. And a little bit expensive, but it's got a nice backyard. I love the nice backyard. And like, picture the view. Look at that. Imagine you're hanging out on the balcony. Look. Wow. I have a view of a street. I could never. All right, anyway, on that note, I am going to go. Thank you for watching the video. Happy Speed Build Sunday, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. It's not like Speed Build Sunday's a holiday or something. Why did I say Happy Speed Build Sunday? It is the most important day of the year. Speed Build Sunday.